Good morning everyone, I'm Nat, this is my Knacker Shars and welcome, and the job for today is to fill that gap in the middle with something else that isn't just Tesco's delivery boxes. Welcome back. Train station, get into London. Okay, so in typical Nat fashion I managed to get on the slowest train in the world that stopped every 3 minutes. In even more typical fashion I've got into London to find out there's a tube strike today. So I've just walked it, it's easier. Right, just round the corner from Charlie's Platz. Let's go and check out this bike, shall we? Cool. Okay, so if the surroundings look familiar, this is Charlie's Gaff. You kindly picked this up looking after it for me, so let's see what we got. My first look as well. We have a 98 Thundercat, as guessed or known by some. Oops. I'll go through some of the competition stuff later on, probably when I get home actually, but I'm crap at keeping secrets, and I think I announced this on somebody else's page, but yeah, let's have a look, see if I can get it started actually. Right, Charlie's giving me the right keys this time. Fuel pump priming, nice to hear. Go for half choke.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, particularly now because I went for a ULEZ. Well, no, I didn't go for a ULEZ bike. I saw one that shouldn't have it time-wise, so I had it. Thought, well, that's resale. But actually, now I'm going to need one because I'm going to be working, commuting to London each day.
Oh, you're going to use it?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's the one thing about kit; it's not ULEZ compliant, is it? So,
I didn't realise actually.
So, yeah, I mean, a bit of a glance over.
I think you'll love it.
Let me see. Yeah. I think my plan is still stay on kit because I don't need ULEZ at the moment.
Yeah. Do
whatever I'm going to do with this. I might tidy up. I might not even bother. I don't know. I'm tempted to go for a bit of a sort of a project blackout and just blitz everything black. I don't know. I'll see what happens. Me and Charlie just poring over the bikes and particularly the little yellow Mini.
Yes. Yes.
Which I love. It's a great little thing. But yeah, and there's Charlie's payment there because Charlie doesn't accept money or sexual favours. just Pepsi Max.
I mean, this thing just you know, just does what it should do. It might even start that.
I love the added edition.
Spoke too soon.
It's my jinx, mate.
Yeah, I mean it does start, but
yeah.
It just does everything. Yeah, no, that's for the indicators. Yeah.
That's brilliant. I love that Kawasaki out the back.
Yeah,
go back on Charlie's stuff and have a look at that. It's a weird looking thing, but a weird looking thing in a very, very good way.
The ER6?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks better in person.
No, it looks. I don't like ER6s.
No,
like standard ones. I don't like them.
No,
that looks quite cool because it's a bastardisation version of it that's been sort of calf raced and back, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And now it's kind of streamlined.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it works very well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right, I'll get me kit on, I suppose, and
let me
I'll
know
get me
how
camera.
it goes, but it won't break for me.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to chuck it on tonight.
Yeah.
That'll do. Right, that's us off and away.
I think you'll like it.
This is where I stall it. Or do I need to do the salt and wobble? Alright, let's go. Cheers, woke up. Oh, I can feel this wants to go. This is interesting. I've got lights on. I've got no dash lights, which is... Oh no, they are on. They're just, like me, a bit dim. This is comfy. Right, let's get home and see what's going on in the world. Oh, it's comfy and smooth. Now obviously I'm not going to be ragging the arse off this for several reasons. One, I've got to get used to it first, and I don't like belting around on a bike I'm unfamiliar with. But also, I'm in the middle of London. Come on. And also, I've got to work out how I'm getting home, because I haven't put a route in, which is a bit silly of me, and I best do that in a minute. This is really comfortable. Right, I think you were bang on, Charlie. This is a nice bike. Right, let's get my phone sorted. Be right back. Right, let's go then. Oh, sorry mate. Point of no return on that. It's really smooth. Really smooth. It's a nice high riding position. Now, as far as explanations go, I probably owe you a couple. One, COVID. I came out of isolation yesterday. Or yesterday, sorry, no, I beg your pardon. Yesterday was my last day of isolation, so my first day out is today. How was your COVID experience, Nat? Fucking awful. Thanks very much for all of the words of support and encouragement and everything else. It's deeply appreciated. Thank you. All very kind of you. The internet can be a lovely place. My kids escaped pretty much unscathed. Just occasional headaches. Nothing that sort of Calpol for the youngest, or the odd paracetamol for the older ones. All good. The one thing we experienced as a household, all at different times pretty much, was loss of smell, sense of smell, and in some cases, what are you doing, you fucking moron? And in some cases as well, a loss of sense of taste as well, which was a horrible, strange experience. Now, my sense of taste is just coming back now, after about 5 days, and living and eating with no sense of taste is just, excuse my French, fucking boring. And the disappointment in my eldest's face in the first day he lost his sense of taste when we had stew, which is his favourite meal, and he does like his food. Tall, skinny rake, but loves his food. The depression on his face when he couldn't taste it was quite funny. Shouldn't have been. But yeah, they escaped quite well. Me and the missus struggled a little bit. You know, really heavy flu, really rough, and I had probably a day where it just wiped me out, and I was pretty much in bed and frankly fucking useless. But you know, we're on the mend. We're all out, or the kids are out over the weekend, and I think Monday, because one of them got it later than everybody else, which was a bit of a pain in the butt for them. So we're all good on that front. On the why for this, Now, my job, I won't go into what I do and all that sort of thing because it's dull and it's nothing to do with this content, but it does mean that we move around a fair amount, and we've been fairly fortunate in the fact we've managed to stay in the same place for a little while now. My next job is in central London, so it means I'm not moving house, which is great. Kids aren't moving school, which is even better, but specifically it means I'm going to be commuting into central London every day. This bike therefore starts to make a lot more sense because it's going to be my daily commute bike. I only found that out, or that was only confirmed last week, so I kind of got this on an opportunity as much as anything else, but now it's going to be a necessity because it's going to be my daily commute. What that means I do to it, I don't really know. I would love to strip it down, clean it all up, repaint, etc, etc. However, there are compelling reasons not to make it too shiny. Basically, if I'm going to be riding around London and parking in London, the less attractive you can make your bike, the better, generally, I think is probably the safest way of putting it. I don't want to make it too much of a stealing magnet, shall we say. So yeah, I think probably a tart up. There's a few bits that I want to do, there's nothing that I need to do. The one bit that I kind of semi need to do is the fuel cap, which is a flat-headed key at the moment. It's a screwdriver because he's lost the key for it, not Charlie, this is the previous owner. So the fuel cap needs replacing. The seat lock was on the same key, so that's broken, so it's just hanging at the moment, so it's just a yank and pull. It's not an issue, it's a London bike, but it's shit that I want to do. So what I've done is impossible. No, it's not impossible, it's really difficult to just buy a petrol cap and a seat lock. I just can't find them anywhere, and when I can, they're OEM and they're 90 odd quid, and I don't really want to do that. What I was going to do is just buy the fuel cap, and then leave the back as was, and you can get a fuel cap, a Chinese one, for about sort of 15 to 20 quid. But then looking around, I found a complete ignition set, a complete lock set. So that's ignition, ignition, petrol cap, and rear lock, for I think 35 quid, if I remember correctly. So I've got that. Now what I'm not going to do is change out the ignition. The ignition in this is fine, it works. Whenever you buy a lock set, a cheap Chinese lock set, this is of course, whenever you buy one, just be aware, check the electrics, check the connections, because more often than not, in my limited experience, they don't work, or they don't fit, or they've got the wrong plugs or the wrong number of leads, particularly if you're doing a Honda with an HSS security feature in it. It just doesn't work. And I learned that the hard way, so you know, I don't often give advice of do this and don't do that. I will in this case, just don't do it. It's just not worth it. So I'm going to leave this ignition as it is, and it means that the bike will have a separate key for the tank and for the back, which I think is acceptable. It's completely and utterly acceptable. What's not acceptable is to have a key for each thing. That would just be a pain in the arse and would annoy me. And like I say, this isn't for a resale bike, this is for my bike. So it matters what I can cope with and what's going to annoy me more than anything else, I think. Christ, roads are busy. I suppose it's Saturday morning, isn't it? Yeah, so that's one thing that I am definitely going to do. I have ordered that, however, like I say, it's Chinese. It's going to take a while to get here, and post at the moment on the run up to Christmas is horrendous. So it'll get here when it gets here, but actually, you know, I'm not overly fussed. What are the bits? So the longer term intent, I will keep riding kit because I don't need kit to be ULEZ compliant for what I'm doing at the moment, for my normal commute into work, although obviously it's now Christmas, so I won't be doing it for a little while. Or it's Christmas holidays type thing, so I won't be doing it for a little while. So I'll keep riding kit, whilst I get whatever I'm going to get sorted on this, and I'll stay insured on kit. For those that are concerned, and I know people are generally concerned, some people are just generally nosy, but some people are generally concerned as well. This is taxed. I taxed it yesterday, and I've got temporary insurance on it as well, because obviously I'm riding it at the moment. But it's only a day's insurance, so I'm only going to do it for the day, and then I'm going to park it up, do my bits on it, and carry on. So what about the other bikes? I had a bit of a disaster with Kermit, with the ZX6R. By a bit of a disaster, it's failed its MOT because of fork seals, and chatting to Hayden at the garage, I appear to have a crossover bike where they changed the size of the forks and I was unaware. So what I think, and I can't be definite yet, I think when I changed the fork seals I changed them for the wrong ones. And it's not the actual diameter of the fork, it's the actual fork body itself. It's the lower stanchion piece that is larger on a, I can't remember if it's a newer model or an older model, whatever, but I think I've gone for the one too small. So what? It fits around the fork leg, it fits around the stanchion body because it was under pressure when I put it in. But as the rubber has settled, and it's leaking. So what? I can't be asked to do it again. I'm going to get Hayden to do it, which is fine by me. I'm getting bored of this. Always interesting when a bus decides to join a bus lane late. But ho hum, that's what buses do. Yeah, so what? Kermit is in the garage getting all of the stuff he needs done for his MOT. I'm going to get him out, drop off the CB400. The CB400 drop off is probably not now going to be till after Christmas, and then we'll do all of that. It is a bit of a pisser, but frankly the market isn't there at the moment, so I could rush / pay more to get bikes ready and done. But of course nobody's buying bikes at the moment because it's Christmas, which is a fair one. So I'm not actually in half as much of a rush as one might think. Right, that's enough talking bollocks. Let's just enjoy the ride. There we go. That is a lovely, lovely ride. Yeah. So, I will sort out how I'm going to do this prize draw. Under here, I have my hat, Charlie's t-shirt. I've also got my tax disc. I need to find some sort of program that does picking winners from comments. I know they exist and I'll work it out. I'll drop in the winner down here. No, I won't. I will take a photo of the winner on the screen with the memorabilia behind it, and I'll drop it on the back. But before I do that, quick look at the bike. It's got some wall wounds that need sorting out. Bottom section of the mudguard's missing, but there's no structural issues there at all. That just rode absolutely bloody beautifully. think there's some stickers that are going to want to come off. Hate stickers. Hate stickers. But well happy with that. Well happy. Right, that'll do me. There's the next project, although that said, my project, it is going to be my day ride, so I don't want to make it too good, but it does just need a really good route out and a good clean, I think, more than anything else. Right, cheers all, thanks a lot, I'll catch you later. Ta-da. Right, and for the competition, I think I've worked it out. One times awesome motorcycle rescuer t-shirt, really generously donated by Charlie. So despite the fact he picked the bike up for me, stored it for me, he's also thrown in this large t-shirt as well. It's really good. Might have to work out where he got them from, steal his idea. I'll chuck in a couple of my stickers as well. And beyond this competition, if anyone fancies them, just drop me a shout. I've got loads of them kicking around. They're quite good size and decent enough quality. And one of my tax discs, one of my holders. Now I put these on my finished bikes as my kind of signature. So I normally have the name of the bike and the year and all of that, but just for whoever it is, a bit of ride with pride, built with passion. So yeah, happy. Now I think I've worked this out, and my phone's about to die. So I've set it up, and because I leaked the name of the bike or the type of the bike on another site, which was really stupid of me. But yeah, it was on Gary's site. That name I've just forgotten. That's really rude of me. Sorry, Gary. But I put it on there, so I did take it off, but it was way too late. So we've got 7 on. So it's not just going, the people in the pick aren't just those that got it right, it's anyone that entered the competition. And they're kind of bouncing through there. Tim Parker, hope you're feeling better. I am feeling better, mate. Thanks very much. Tim, if you want to drop me a line, either on the by email, natsnackersyard@gmail.com. I think it's on my Facebook, it's on my YouTube profile, or just drop a comment and get in touch, mate. But this is on its way to you once you give me an address and stuff to send it through. So cheers, Tim. Honda Hornet, yeah, I'd love one as a future project. And yes, thank you. I am feeling considerably better. Not entirely there, but close enough. And more importantly, not contagious. Cheers all, catch you later. Ta-da.